What up, guys? It's your boy Mike, aka New Yorker in the Philippines, and today I'm coming at you live from my poolside resort here in the Philippines. As you can see in the background, that's my mansion. Alright, cut. Let's be serious here, okay? This is not my mansion, this is just the pool. This is the condo I live at. You guys, if you watch my old videos, you already know this is where I record all my stuff. But that's what people be acting like in these kind of videos. When people ask how much does it cost to live in the Philippines, people want to act like they're so luxurious. They want to give you these crazy numbers, or on the flip side, they want to act like shit costs $1 here and then everything is free, right? In this video, I'm going to do my best to give you guys the real prices of what it costs to live here in the Philippines. No lies, no gimmicks, not for views, just the real straight up answers. So stick around, we'll get to basically everything you need covered in your life here in the Philippines. Let's get it. So number one, let's start with rent, right? Because rent is important. You have to have a roof over your head when you move somewhere, right? So price of rent in the Philippines is going to depend on where you live. Let's start out with Metro Manila, right? So Metro Manila, in the comment section of my last video, I told you guys I have a condo here in Eastwood City. It's a 1-bedroom, around 38 square meters, and I'm paying around 320 USD. So this is a good price. I know I got a good price on our condo, but it's not like a price that's impossible. I've seen some comments from people that I don't know if they're just being haters or what the deal is, but they're telling me that these prices are made up. Don't tell people it costs that. Prices for a studio in Cebu or Manila is $800. Like, what are you talking about? The price of a studio, I've lived in Cebu City and now I live in Metro Manila. It's not $800 for a studio. Like, if you're the one that comment that, hello, but I don't mean to come at you, but I'm just using you as an example. No way you should be paying $800. So let's go over the price that you should be paying. So for a studio in Metro Manila as a whole, I will say $300 to $500, and that's it. Any more than that, you're overpaying, right? So I'm gonna do everything in this video US dollar, because a lot of people are gonna be coming from US, whatever. But like I said, $300 to $500 for a studio, that's it, max. And $500 is gonna be if you're in Bonifacio Global City. So if you're renting over in Bonifacio Global City, there's gonna be a premium above every other place here in Metro Manila. That's just how it is, because Bonifacio is very nice, but it's also overpriced. Not overpriced by American standards, of course, but overpriced in comparison to rent other places here. So yeah, $300 to $500 for a studio. If you're going up from a 1-bedroom, you can go up in price, but I mean, you shouldn't be paying anything crazy, For $1,000 here in Metro Manila, you can find a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom in the nicest area, right? Rent is cheap here is what I'm trying to say. Rent is cheap in the Philippines. And if you're outside of Metro Manila, you're in the province, $100 a month, $200 a month, but let's just say $300 is a nice price. You can get a lot for $300 as far as rent goes. Second, let's go over some essentials that we're going to be using here, like cell phone bill, internet bill, utilities, stuff like that. So besides rent, those are the next things that everyone's going to be using, everyone's going to be wondering about, right? So utilities, okay. Electric here in the Philippines is actually more expensive than most places from what I've heard. I haven't had too much of a crazy electric bill, so no really complaints, but people say electric is expensive here. For me, again, I have 1-bedroom condo in Metro Manila, and for electric and water combined, every month I pay around $100 to $120 US, right? The water bill is usually so low, like less than $10, so my electric is kind of high, but I run my aircon all day. So aircon all day on Energy Saver. Here's a tip, right? If you're renting here in the Philippines or you're building a house, whatever you're doing, you want to have an inverter aircon unit. This is important. This is one of the most important things for you, especially if you run a lot of aircon or refrigerator too. You want to have inverter units because it's going to save you so much on your electric bill. But let's say $100, $120 a month for electric and water combined. Alright, secondly, internet. So I have fiber internet, 70 gigabyte per second, right? And I'm paying around $22 US. The going rate I've seen is anywhere from $20 to $30 for around that speed of fiber. So $20 to $30 for your internet. That's it, right? This is in Metro Manila. If you're out in the province, you can get Starlink, stuff like that. That's going to be a little more. But other than that, It's not too complicated. That's it, $20, $30. Boom, you're done. The next thing we're going to talk about is phone bill. So here, prepaid is very popular to have prepaid options. Some of the big carriers are Smart, Globe, stuff like that. I use Globe, and my plan I have to reload it every 15 days, so twice a month. I get 8 gigabytes of data for the first half, right? So times 2. 8 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls, unlimited text. And this costs 200 pesos, which is equivalent to $4 USD. So I'm paying in total $8 a month for my bill, which I get 16 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls, unlimited text. You can go on there, you can get whatever you want, you know, load it up however you like. This is one of the more expensive plans, and $8 a month. So very cheap. Internet plus phone bill is going to be under $40, could be $30 depending on your speeds. Boom, you're done. Easy. It's cheap, it's good, it's all good, right? Alright, on to the next thing. In addition to that, we have food. So food is going to be one that really depends on what you eat, because guess what? Food is one of the things that in the Philippines is very cheap, and it's also one of the things in the Philippines that is very expensive. So what I mean by that is if you're going to eat like a local, you like the Filipino cuisine, etc., etc., you want to go to the barangay, you want to go to the province and get some home cooked meals out there, then food could be very cheap. You were talking about $2 a meal, you know what I mean? But if you want to get imported food, if you want to eat like you do back home, if you want to go to restaurants, it's going to add up. It's basically priced like America, if not more, in my experience. So for example, I like cheese, which is like, it's like, what the hell does this guy talk about? He likes cheese. Yeah, okay, I like cheese. What do you want me to do? I'm a New Yorker, you know what I mean? We have pizzeria, you know, we like our mozzarella. Okay, so if I get cheese from SNR, a bag of cheese is like 700 pesos for like a 1 kilo, I think. And that is like 700 pesos, like $15, right? So one bag of cheese almost costs the same as my fiber internet bill. That's crazy, because like I said, some stuff is more. The imported stuff is going to cost you more. So depending on how you live, depending on how you eat, it could be as cheap or as expensive as you want it. For me personally, on food, I mostly shop and I eat out, probably a 50-50 split. But when I eat out, it's nothing fancy. I'm just getting a burger or something like that. And then when I'm cooking at home, I'm just getting stuff I need to get. And I probably spend around $350 a month on food, right? But you could easily spend twice as much as that if you're going out every day and like you're balling out. So it really depends on you, but food is one of those things that is going to be subjective depending on your needs. Alright, so let's do another one that people are forgetting about when they come over to Philippines, and that's going to be tourist visa. It's not free to stay here, you know, you gotta pay to play. But a tourist visa is also not going to be too expensive. So if you go over every 2 months, you get your visa renewed at the place you gotta go to, and then it's going to be around $50 for renewal. So let's split that in half, and then we're at $25 a month for our renewal. So $25 a month for tourist visa. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about in this video is going to be transportation. So transportation is also going to depend on, you know, how much you use it and what kind of transportation that you use. So the nice thing is in Eastwood City where we live, it's very walkable. It's a small city. You can save a lot on transportation. That's one of the reasons we chose it over other places. And that's another thing you got to factor in when you're picking a place. Maybe you're looking at rent. You got to also consider, is this a place that has a lot of stuff around you, because you will save on transportation. If you're someone like me and you want to, like, you know, be a little bougie, luxurious guy, and you want to take a Grab everywhere, you're going to be spending a lot more money. A Grab is basically Uber back home or Lyft, but it is, while it is cheaper than that, it's a lot more money than the local public transportation here in the Philippines. So let's say for a Grab, we get a half an hour ride, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour ride. That's probably going to cost anywhere from $5 to $6, right? So $5 to $6 for a half an hour ride. It's not bad by any means, but the same ride on a bus would be about 60 cents. So about 10 times more if you want to get a Grab than ride public. There's also things here like Jeepney, which is like a local bus that you just hop on the back, or there's like tricycles. All that kind of stuff is going to be like less than $1 a ride. So transportation is going to depend on what you use and how much you do it, right? Transportation is hard to put a number on, It could be very little, or it could be a lot. All that kind of stuff. But nothing crazy, right? So if you're living a life that's like, you know, pretty modest, you'll be good, right? $2,000 a month is way more than enough, in my opinion. And then again, we're living in an area that is in Metro Manila. We have a condo. If you're out in the province, you should be able to get by on even less than that, you know? So it's hard to put a number on. Maybe that stuff I said at the beginning of the video where prices are fluctuating a lot depending on what you watch. Maybe there's actually a good reason for that, because in Philippines, the stuff is cheap, right? But it could also be expensive, because it doesn't really matter the prices here. It matters on the person that is here, right? It depends on you, the viewer, the person watching this. You know your lifestyle better than anyone. You know what you need. So just use the stuff I mentioned in this video and then kind of add it up and see where you fall in line. Alright, so let's do the math here. Your boy's not a math genius, but let's try to add up everything we talked about so far. So rent, like I said, if you're outside of Bonifacio, Global City, and you're living yourself in a studio or one bedroom, we should say $300 to $500, even less if you're in the province. Then we have utilities. So I run aircon pretty much 24/7, so I'm probably on the higher end of utilities, and my bill is usually $100 to $120 a month for electric and water. Then we have internet, $20 to $30 a month. Phone bill, honestly like $10 or less if you're doing prepaid. So let's add those things up, right? Those are like our basic necessities. Oh, and food. We almost forgot about food. You gotta eat, right? So food is gonna fluctuate depending on what you eat, how much you eat. I cannot tell you what you're gonna do with that. But let's say for food, let's give it a $300 a month budget, right? So now we have rent. Let's do the high end of everything, right? So rent, $500. Then we have utilities, $120. That's $620. Then we have electric, $640. Phone bill, $650. Then we have $350 for food, or $300 for food, whatever you want to call it. So let's call it $1,000. So for $1,000, you pretty much got all your necessities covered, your basic necessity things, right? You're gonna need. If you're in the province, like I said, or if you're living less than that, it's very possible, because our rent is not $500. Our rent is $320. So, but we're just gonna do an average, right? An average out. So for $1,000, you should have all your stuff you need covered for the most part. So people asking, can they get by on $3,000 a month? Is that enough? $3,500 a month? Yeah, that should be way more than enough. You know what I mean? Even $2,000, I would say you could live comfortably, no problem, right? So again, take the information we have in this video. You're gonna have to do your own math here, because everyone's gonna be different as far as their needs and wants, and then go from that. But overall, Philippines is not a very expensive place to live. The most expensive parts, in my opinion, are going to be you yourself. If you're a big partier, if you get like caught up in a relationship or lifestyle that, you know, you're trying to show off a little bit. I see that happen to a lot of people. You're gonna be spending money you don't have. That's where a lot of the money goes, in my opinion, because the rent, stuff like that is not very expensive, right? So yeah, overall, hope this video helped you, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.